Unsportsmanlike with Evan, Canty, and Michelle.
Unsportsmanlike.
I'm just a little sick of them, that's all. I'm sick of them being great. You know why I'm sick of it? Because Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have been so great that he does not have a true rival. And I love rivalries in sports. I want there to be another quarterback that we can actually hold up against Patrick Mahomes, and there can be that battle for greatness. And right now we don't have it. So I have a little bit of Chiefs fatigue. Yes, I do. Like, stop being so great. It's annoying.
Walk in, walk out with the size.
I'm pretty sure that was from 3 years ago.
It was. That was from
Which I love. I don't think
ago.
there's ever a point of our stuff on our show we shouldn't bring back. So I think it's a great job by Pat and Cam and Nuno and Javante to bring that back. But just so people understand, that's not off of the Monday night game last night. That's
3
off of
years
like a
ago.
random preseason game 3 years ago that she got annoyed with this.
Daniel Jones, save us.
Oh, boy. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Your telephone number to join us on the Dr. Pepper call-in line. If you're just tuning in, you missed our conversation, which we will continue to have about the Dodgers.
The Raptors?
Well, that was off the air.
The Raptors stink.
And the Pelicans gave away their first-round pick this year, and they haven't won a game. That's for Unsportsmanlike after dark, when we're asleep, when nobody's watching nor listening, where CC and I will have that conversation. Anyway, the Dodgers and the Blue Jays last night, or a few hours ago, 18 innings, 6-hour, 39-minute game. Shohei Ohtani, no big deal, got on base 9 times. He got on base 9 times in one baseball game, and he's pitching tonight.
If you're on base that much, do they make you pay rent? Like in the game, like do you have to?
You're a squatter.
2 homers, 2 doubles, 5 walks, 4 intentional.
You're a lot.
1 on, 1 off. CC's power rankings: Indy 1, Kansas City 2, Detroit 3, Green Bay 4, Seattle 5. Smalls and I both took Seattle off, and we had like 5 or 6 teams we would put on, but let's hear from you. Tim in Nebraska, listening on 590 AM in Nebraska. Morning, Tim.
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning.
So here's the deal. Canty, I love you. I love your guys' show. I listen to it all the time. But I called in after Canty didn't even want to have Mahomes in his top 5 because at that point in time, Kansas City had gotten beat by both the Chargers and the Eagles. The point that I'm going to try to make is you guys can take out the Chiefs and you can put anybody else in there because you guys are not going to be allowed to just slide the Chiefs in when all of a sudden they're playing good. If you're going to doubt them at the beginning of the season, then doubt them throughout the season and wait till we see where we are at the end of the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Don't be Chiefs bandwagon guys. Jump on them early because they are the team. I'm telling you guys, in the modern day, what Kansas City's doing is more impressive than what New England did. This is the best dynasty the NFL has ever put together. I rest my case.
Oh, you're gonna lose.
You didn't make your case, Tim. I mean, first of all, I've never said that Patrick Mahomes isn't a top 5
Literally not once ever.
I've never said that. Now, the Chiefs haven't been in my top 5 because they started the season 0-2, and I think they were 1-3 or whatever it was. So, yeah, I had plenty of reason to doubt, especially after that Monday night game, the way that it ended with Chris Jones loafing while Trevor Lawrence is literally running the ball into the end zone.
We thought maybe attrition. They've been to the Super Bowl 3 seasons in a row. That has a compiling effect.
Exactly. And you typically don't see teams have this type of dominance where they're in the Final Four for 6 consecutive years. It typically just doesn't happen. So, yeah, I think there was plenty of reasons to be skeptical about whether or not this version of the Kansas City Chiefs could get back to where we saw them, especially with how last year ended with them getting boat raced by the Eagles in Super Bowl 59.
Also, let me put context for those just tuning in that don't understand, which is not your fault. It's my fault. I should put better context on this. The power rankings. They are not a top 5 teams that CC thinks could win the Super Bowl during that season. It's the top 5 teams the way they're playing in the week that he's releasing the list.
Correct.
Right, so the Chiefs 0-2, if we said, okay, now release your top 5 teams you think could win the Super Bowl, at 0-2, my guess is Kansas City would have still been in there. But through 2 weeks of the current season that we are living in, that is why the Chiefs were not in the power rankings. Now, to the other point, to say that they're more impressive than the Pats when they've won so much less for less years than New England, that's insane. Like, I don't even think Mahomes and Reed would say that they're more impressive than the Pats. The Pats did this over 20 years.
Can I ask you a question? Did Tom Brady ever get embarrassed in a Super Bowl the way that Patrick Mahomes got embarrassed by the Eagles?
Was Tom Brady ever a part of a BTA in a Super Bowl? I don't think so.
I just love that you guys.
I'm just putting it out there. The greatest modern day dynasty ever. Let's pump the brakes here. Okay,
we got about 15 years. Before we got that conversation.
There are several dominant dynasties in the history of the NFL since the merger. The Chiefs are absolutely in the mix with those historically great teams. But let's not say that the Chiefs are sitting above all of those all-time greats.
They had their fast-forward button. They could have pressed the fast-forward button, but they lost.
Come on, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers with Terry Bradshaw, the Dallas Cowboys with the triplets, the San Francisco 49ers with Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. Like, come on, man. Like, there are some all-time great teams. Let's chill out with saying that the Chiefs are the best.
Bob in Minnesota, listening on 1500 in Mini. Morning, Bob.
Good morning. How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm calling. I'm taking Seattle off, and I'm putting Denver on. And I got a question for you, Mr. Canty. 2 weeks ago, you had Denver third. They beat the Giants. They're off, and now they wallop the Cowboys, and they're still off. I don't understand that.
I don't trust the quarterback. Does that make it simple enough for you? They were dominant against the Dallas Cowboys, but the first possession of the game on an RPO, Bo Nix throws a pick, and it was an off-target throw, completely errant. I don't trust the version of Bo Nix you're going to get week to week, hell, quarter to quarter. So when we start talking about the power rankings and the trust factor and all of those different things, that is my biggest issue with the Denver Broncos. And I just need to see more consistency from the quarterback before I jump in the deep end with Denver.
Jonathan in Georgia, listening on 95.7 in Georgia. Morning, Jonathan.
Yeah, just remove Seattle. Not that they're a bad team. I just think Tampa Bay's better, and you could switch the list number-wise if you want to. They've beaten Seattle in Seattle, and as much as Canty, which I respect, you take away from teams because you don't think they're whole, I completely understand that. But I think you also have to give credit to teams like Tampa Bay and like you have Detroit, who are very banged up, yet continue to win games and be good teams.
I think that is a very fair argument.
Tampa,
right?
Well, the version of Tampa that beat Seattle is not the same version of Tampa here today because of the injuries. So I think that's a part of the math too, right? All of the injuries that the Tampa Bay Bucks are dealing with on both sides of the ball, it makes it hard for me to continue to have faith in them. Mm-hmm. I just think you get to a point where attrition takes a toll, and you saw that a little bit in that second half against the Detroit Lions in Week 7. So I'm not saying that I'm all the way out on Tampa. I still think they walk away with that division. But in terms of being one of the top 5 teams in the NFL, the injuries scare me.
Coming up, what in the